In today's video, I'm going to be trying to survive 100 days in the Sahara Desert. I have 3 objectives. First, craft a stage 3 Saharan cabin. Second, defeat Rover, leader of the Hyena pack. And finally, defeat Amun-Ra, king of the Western Sahara Desert. Can I survive stranded in the Sahara Desert? Stay tuned to find out. Do you want to fight the custom bosses you see in our videos? Consider subscribing to our Patreon. For only $5 a month, you'll have full access to our exclusive maps and private SMP server, which features our custom bosses and much more. Check it out, it's linked in the description below.
Welcome to the Sahara Desert. My name is Jack and I'll be your tour guide for the day. Make sure your hands and feet are inside the vehicle at all times.
And just like that, our journey to the Sahara Desert began.
Whoa, I can feel the wind blowing through my hair. It's great.
Painful? What hair are you talking about?
Severe desert storm reported ahead. Be cautious.
Hang on, we're losing control.
What in the world just happened? Where even am I? Forest? Hello? Are you around here, man? Last thing I remember there being a big storm, and now I'm just here. Where's Forest? I decided to check underneath the water to see if Forest was here, but it seemed like he must have landed elsewhere.
I have no idea where I am, bro. What am I gonna do? Wait, what is this? Hey, little guy. No, come back here. I'm friendly.
Well, I think it's safe to say that little sand fox is scared of me, and look at this, there's a little bunny jumping around too. And while I'm gathering wood, I noticed that nearly 90% of you are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you subscribe. It's literally free and you can always change your mind later. Nearing the end of day 1, I gathered up some seeds from the grass and eliminated some pigs to get some food. For the next couple of days, I traveled around for a spot to build a base, and suddenly a rattlesnake jumped off a rock right at me. Yeah, I guess it's safe to say I need to get the heck out of here. I spent the next couple of days working on my base, and it actually came out pretty nice with this oak wood. For the next 3 days, I traveled out to find a cave. I knew I was going to need iron armor to be able to survive in the Sahara Desert. As you can see, I ended up finding a cave, and I made some torches because it was quite dark in here. After placing torches around, I ended up getting some coal and getting jumped by a zombie. I took that down and got some iron. I smelted up some of the iron and went ahead and made myself a shield and some pants. I mined a little more iron, got jumped by a skeleton, which wasn't a big issue. I then smelted the iron, creating a chest plate and boots. Mined a little more iron and created a helmet. There was one more place I didn't discover yet, and yep, of course there's rattlesnakes in this place. So I immediately eliminated one of the rattlesnakes and started going forward, and another one came and I saw a lot more coming at me, so I decided to get out of here. It took me a couple days to return back home, and I noticed my wheats were growing. That's good. Anyways, I opened the door and noticed something was in my base. Is that a meerkat? What the heck's a meerkat doing in my base? Anyways, it just kind of ran outside of my base and I didn't really think much of it. I just thought it was kind of weird. Anyways, for the next 3 days, I left my base in attempts to find Forest. He's got to be around here somewhere, right? On day 17, I arrived back at the hot air balloon that we crashed at.
Wait, what is this sign? It says death is approaching. Wait a second.
At this very moment, I knew something was wrong. I traveled for a couple more days and I saw what looked to be maybe a group of camels. That's pretty awesome. I right-clicked the camel and it turns out you can actually ride them. So we have our own pet camel now. On day 20, I ended up finding a Saharan village. The first house I walked into, I went ahead and borrowed their bed. Yeah, thank you guys, I appreciate it. Anyways, I went ahead and borrowed this guy's bed too, and I found a chest, and I saw a diamond with a lot of food and 7 obsidian. In the next house, there was a bunch of bookshelves, so I went ahead and borrowed those as well. Yoink! I went ahead and used the 7 obsidian and 1 diamond to craft a bisect chestplate. Flowing with the strength of powerful and affordable servers, this chestplate is harder than diamond. Use code PAINFUL for 25% off your first server. Linked in the description below, go check them out. A sturdy 4 days later, the camel and I arrived back at base.
Wait a second, is that another meerkat on my roof? What is going on?
Anyways, I walked into my base and saw a sign saying you are next, and then this meerkat just ran away. Something very suspicious is going on and I need to figure it out. I decided it'd be best if I packed up my things and left. A couple days later, I arrived at a pretty smooth platform, so I set up base here. I deposited all my loot into these chests and then began mining. I had to gather some supplies to create my tier 1 desert abode. I also went ahead and used this iron ingot and created a giant crafting table. I then surrounded a piece of iron with glass, creating reinforced glass, and then I used the reinforced wood and glass to create my tier 1 desert abode. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I went ahead and threw my tier 1 desert abode, and there we go. My first base has officially been made. I then deposited all the loot that I had and then started working on creating a wheat farm. I needed a stable food source, and this was the best way to do it. And as you can see, a little bit more time went by. I increased the size of my wheat farm and then began searching for forest. I figured going on top of a mountain would be a good place to look, but apparently not. There was a pack of mountain lions up here ready to eat me, so I had to take them down. As you can see, I get a couple hits in, but as soon as they all get close to me, they knock me off the side of the mountain, and as you can see, they do quite a lot of damage. As I started to get pretty low, I started working my way back up the mountain. I knew having elevation on these mountain lions would give me an advantage. After eating food to regenerate, I had elevation and eliminated the first mountain lion. I ate some more food before fighting the second mountain lion to regen, and I got a pretty good hit there, and with another hit, I was able to eliminate it. There was only one more mountain lion that I had to eliminate, and it was pretty easy because I had already killed the other ones, but it almost broke my shield. That was a close one. After nearly dying to mountain lions, I decided to keep searching in attempts to find forest, and I found some weird base that seemed to be infested by meerkats. Could this be the meerkat's house? Because this is definitely interesting. I looted the chest and there wasn't really much in there, and then the meerkats looked at me and started attacking me, so I decided it was probably a good idea to get out of these meerkats' house. I also was a little curious, how did these meerkats build a big house? Like, how? They're so little. Well, that was pretty interesting. Anyways, I made my way back into the mines and started mining diamonds, and as you guys can see, I got jumped by a little skeleton and zombie. These things literally didn't stand a chance. Anyways, after killing those, I found a little bit more diamonds and found a huge lava pit and put water all over it and made a diamond pickaxe and axe, and then I mined all of the obsidian. I used a bunch of the obsidian to make bisect legs, boots, and helmet. Now I'm gonna be completely unstoppable, just like the bisect servers. While I was traveling back home, I found this nether area, and there was a bunch of zoglins here. How the heck did all these things get into the overworld? Anyways, they started charging at me and attacking me. I tried hitting them like a couple times, but it seems like they have a lot of health, and there's no way I'd be able to kill all of them. I noticed the zoglins were really slow, so what I did was run ahead, take some of the nether warts, and then I went ahead and borrowed all of the brewing stands and all of their loot from their chests. Thanks very much, I appreciate it. A few days later, I made it back to my base, and look at my wheat farm. I had to get all of this. After I farmed all of the wheat, I replanted everything and then made myself a crap ton of bread. For a couple days, I gathered all the essential supplies needed to create my tier 2 Sahara house. So I made all my reinforced wood, made my reinforced glass, and then started crafting my tier 2 Sahara house. And just like that, we have it. I went a little far away from the base and threw down the tier 2 Sahara house, and look at this thing. It's actually pretty cool. So you walk inside, you have a little chest room, and then there's a staircase that leads up to this nice area with a sick view of the mountain. And then when you walk outside, you have a little waterfall that goes down. This place is awesome. It took me a couple days to gather all my supplies and move it all to the new house. After that, I went up to the second story of the house and started building my brewing area. As you can see, I mainly just needed a little bit of oak slabs, and then we just threw the brewing stands up there, and it was pretty much good to go. I also went ahead and made my netherwart farm underneath the stairs, and then started working on an additional room to add to this place because I needed a more official chest room. After finishing up the chest room, I went ahead and enchanted all of my bisect hosting armor. Unfortunately, I didn't get any protection. Anyways, we finished brewing up all of our potions, and a few days later, I saw a camel that was on fire and noticed that somebody was trying to kill the camel. What is this guy doing?
Hey, Forrest, is that you, man? Stop killing the camels. Forrest?
And when I got closer, I realized that that was not Forrest. This was some sort of evil archaeologist, and when he ran away, he started drinking a potion, and suddenly he disappeared. I tried to follow the potion particles, but I couldn't see them for much longer, and he was just gone. At least I was able to save the remaining camels. I continued my search, and I ended up finding a massive quarry, and at the top of my screen, a hyena leader text appeared. I ended up drinking my speed and strength, and then charged at one of these hyenas. I ended up two-shotting that one. I then was face to face with this massive hyena, and he charged behind me and got a hit on me from behind. That was actually pretty insane. Anyways, this thing does a lot of damage, and every time it howls, it summons in more hyenas. I need to be very careful. I found a pretty effective way to fight him. Every time I'd swing, I'd immediately follow that up with a block. So I'd be blocking my shield after each swing, and it was working really nicely. And as you guys can see, I've done quite a lot of damage to the hyena leader so far. It does have quite a few of its hyena pack members on me, so I had to throw down a couple health pots to live. Honestly, if I didn't have this really good armor set on, like this armor is better than diamond, I probably would have died. Anyways, we ended up eliminating the hyena leader and its little pack. I ended up getting 9 hyena hide. We are going to use that to make hyena armor. And on my way back to base, I found an armadillo that was just walking around. It actually seemed very friendly and started following me, so I was wondering if I was able to bring it back home. 3 days later, me and the armadillo made it back to base. Then crafted diamond armor with the diamonds I mined earlier and crafted full hyena armor. I also made a hyena femur. And as you can see, I look absolutely insane. The next couple of days I spent exploring the Sahara desert. On day 77, in the distance, it seemed to be the evil archaeologist, and it looked like he was killing armadillos.
Hey, get back here, man. You're not getting away this time.
Just when I had thought I had caught the archaeologist, he ender pearled away. There's no way this guy has ender pearls. I'm not going to be able to catch him. I spent a couple days gathering supplies and then a few days to return back home. The supplies I gathered was to create a tier 3 Sahara house. As you can see, I used all my wood to make my reinforced wood, and then with the reinforced wood, I used it in the giant crafting table. I also used reinforced glass and diamonds with a couple doors to create my tier 3 Sahara house. I then cleared an area not too far from base and threw down the tier 3 Sahara house. And look at this thing, man. It's a literal mansion. I spent the next couple of days traveling to find the evil archaeologist. I needed to put a stop to him. On day 90, on top of a hill, I saw a structure, and when I went up top, I don't even know what this was. This must have been some sort of laboratory or something. I looked in through the first window, didn't see anything, and looked through the second, and there wasn't too much to see, so I walked right in. I ended up walking down a long hallway which seemed to be some sort of brewing area. This had the archaeologist written all over it, and all of a sudden I got instant damage from behind. It was the archaeologist. He instant damaged me once again, and good thing I had my instant health, otherwise this archaeologist definitely would have killed me, and with one more hit I was able to eliminate him. Drop a like if you're enjoying the video so far. Anyways, I made my way up the stairs and found myself a little patio up here, and there was a chest, and inside the chest I got a little diamond pickaxe and some oak planks. The oak planks came in handy. I actually just used them to climb all the way up to the top of this tower. Inside the tower there's a brewing stand, a cauldron, and a chest with some potions. Just when I thought I was finished with this place, I ended up finding a chest on the corner, and inside the chest there was a book, and it read, Amun-Ra, King of the Western Sahara Desert, is located in the northwest end near the ocean. Anyways, for the next 4 days, I traveled to the northwest end of the Sahara Desert. On day 96, I arrived at a massive pyramid. This has gotta be where Amun-Ra is located. Right before entering, I drank my strength and speed and fought off a couple mummies. I then made my way up the stairs and saw Amun-Ra, and he hit me once and did 6 hearts of damage in one hit. I honestly didn't expect to get hit that hard, especially wearing full hyena armor. Anyways, he was about to hit me again, and when I tried to block it, he hit me through my shield for like 7 hearts of damage. What kind of weapon does this thing have? Short while later, we kept trading hits and he started glowing green. Like, what the heck's going on? He hit me once for 7.5 hearts. Could that green stuff potentially make him do more damage? Because I have never been hit that hard, and gotta think, I'm in full hyena armor too. Anyways, I unleashed a fury of attacks and ended up taking down Amun-Ra the Pharaoh. I traveled for 2 days back to the hot air balloon location. I arrived on day 100.
Forrest, is that you?
Painful. Glad to see you're alive.
Did you hear something?
Hey guys, a little help over here? Help me!
If you made it this far, make sure you watch Forrest's video. We both had different objectives and different bosses. Check them out, linked in the description below. Thanks for watching and take care.